I was raised as the fifth of 8 children in my family growing up. We had 5 boys and 3 girls, with only 16 years separating the oldest from the youngest. And while we had more chairs at the dinner table each night and our house was much louder than most, we were otherwise a fairly average, close-knit family for the first 13 years of my life. Unfortunately, around that time, my parents made the decision to split up after 22 years of marriage. And as anyone who has been through the separation of a family knows, that's an incredibly difficult, confusing, and emotional thing for a family to go through, regardless of how agreeable the divorcing parents may be throughout that process. During that time, I found myself in a position of being just old enough to understand most of what was going on and why, and just old enough to also recognize the confusion and the pain it was causing my 3 younger siblings who didn't always know what was happening or why. Going through that difficult experience during those informative years in my life helped teach me and instill in me a trait of empathy. It started with that empathy for my younger siblings during that family separation, and as I grew up, it grew into empathy for any person going through a difficult situation that left them scared, hurting, or unsure of where to turn next. You know, empathy can be a very powerful thing to give to someone who is hurting, who feels alone, or who feels overlooked, ignored, or forgotten. And when it comes to my clients, I recognize the importance of listening and demonstrating empathy. I understand that listening intently and taking the time to truly understand the hurt they're experiencing matters. And it's only through that process and through the development of genuine empathy that I can become the advocate for my clients. For over 8 years, I poured my time and energy into working for insurance companies. I checked the boxes they wanted checked and closed the files they wanted closed. But that did nothing to improve the lives of my neighbors or my community. Closing case after case after case. And then one day it hit me when one of my 3 young daughters asked me what I did every day as an insurance defense attorney. And I realized that wasn't who I wanted to be. And that wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to tell my daughters proudly that I help people and my work helps to improve the lives of people right here in our neighborhood and in our community. So I made the decision to leave the world of insurance defense law and walked away from the high-rise building in the city, and I joined the Derrick law firm. Since that time, I've had the opportunity to meet many wonderful families throughout our community who've been wronged and who are hurting and who are scared. People who've been pushed to the side, marginalized. I appreciate the frustrations that my clients feel, and I empathize with them. And that empathy serves as my motivation to do all I can to make sure my clients receive the dignity, the respect, and the civil justice that they deserve. But I don't do any of it alone. I have a wonderful team of people working here with me that fight for my clients each and every day. And empathy is one of the driving forces behind everything we do because it's a foundational virtue that we hold in high esteem here at the Derrick Law Firm.